Hello, this is Anvesha. Today's video is regarding the third chapter of geography called the physiography and drainage. This lesson talks about the physiography of India and Brazil and the drainage system of India and Brazil particularly. In this video, I will be covering the physiography part of this chapter. So let's get started. Let's begin with page number 16. In page number 16, we have the physiography of India. The first part starts with the Himalayas. The Himalayas is one of the young fold mountains in the world. The Himalayas extend from Pamir North in Tajikistan to east. It is the major mountain system of the Asian continent. In India, it extends from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. The Himalayas is not a single mountain range. There are many parallel ranges in this system. The southernmost is known as the Sivaliks. It is also the youngest range. Youngest range here means which are newly formed mountain ranges. Next to Sivaliks are the lesser Himalayas, the greater Himalayas, which is also known as Himadri, and Trans-Himalayan ranges. From south to north, these ranges are young to old respectively. These mountain ranges are also divided into Western Himalayas or Kashmir Himalayas, Central Himalayas or Kumaon Himalayas, and Eastern Himalayas or Assam Himalayas. Next, the North Indian Plains. This division lies between Himalaya mountains in the north and the peninsula in the south. Similarly, it extends from Rajasthan and Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. It is mostly a flat, low lying area. The North Indian plains are divided into two parts. The part lying to the east of the Aravallis is the basin of river Ganga and is therefore known as the Ganga Plains. It slopes eastwards. Most of the West Bengal state of India and Bangladesh together constitute the delta of Ganga Brahmaputra system. It is known as the Sundarbans. It is considered to be the world's largest delta. The western part of the North Indian plains is occupied by deserts. It is also known as the Thar Desert or Marusthali. Most of the Rajasthan is occupied by this desert. To the north of the desert lie the plains of Punjab. This region is spread to the west of the Aravallis and Delhi ranges. These plains have formed as a result of the depositional work by river Sutlej and its tributaries. Tributaries means the small rivers that have been branched out from a main head river. The slope of the plains is towards the west. Because of the soil here is very fertile, agriculture is largely practiced in this region. Next, the peninsula. The area lying to the south of North Indian plains and tapering towards the Indian Ocean is called the Indian Peninsula. It consists of many plateaus and hill ranges. Peninsula refers to a land which is covered by three sides of water. The Aravallis in the north and the oldest fold mountains here. It includes a series of plateaus bordering the plains, Vindhyas, and the Satpura mountain ranges in the central part and the hilly regions of western and the eastern Ghats. Next comes the coastal plains. India is blessed with a long coastline extending for approximately 7,500 kilometers. It lies to the western and the eastern part of the peninsula. Its western and the eastern coastlines show remarkable dissimilarities. The western coast borders the Arabian Sea. It is by and large a rocky coast. At places, spurs taking off from the western Ghats have extended right up to the coast. Its width is also less. River originating from Western Ghats are short and swift. Swift here means fast, and hence they form estuaries and not deltas. The eastern coast borders the Bay of Bengal. It has formed as a result of the depositional work of the rivers. Many east flowing rivers, using from the western and the eastern Ghats, meet this coast. Because of this gentle slope of the land, rivers flow at lower velocities and deposit the sediments brought with them at a coast. As a result, deltas are found along this coast. Next, the island group. India has many small and large islands along the coast of the mainland. These are included in the coastal island groups. Besides, India has two large group of islands, one each in the Arabian Sea and in Bay of Bengal. The islands in the Arabian Sea are known as the Lakshadweep, whereas the islands in the Bay of Bengal are called as the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Most of the islands in the Lakshadweep are atoll islands. They are small in extent and not very high. Islands in the Andaman group are mainly volcanic islands. They are large with hills in their interior parts. Of includes an island called Barren Islands, which has the only active volcano in India. There are atolls in the Nicobar group too. Atoll means an island made of coral and shaped like a ring with a lake of salt water in the middle. Next, we will be talking about the physiography of Brazil. Even a cursory look at the map will make you realize that a large part of Brazil is occupied by highlands, plateaus, and small mountains. There are no very high and long extending mountains in the country, except for the northern Amazon basin and in southwest along the upper parts of Paraguay basin. There are no wide plains in the country. Even the coastal plains are restricted in their expanse. The physiographic division of Brazil are as follows: the highlands, the great escarpments, the coastal region, the plains, and last, the island group. Let's start with the highlands. The southern Brazil is occupied by an extensive plateau. It is differently described as Brazilian highlands or Brazilian shield or Brazilian plateau. The Brazilian and the Guiana highlands together form the core and the South American continent. The main part of the Guiana highlands is in Venezuela and it extends up to French Guiana. In Brazil, it covers the states of Roraima, Para, and Amapá in the north. The lower part of these highlands is found in Brazil. But the highest peak of Brazil, Pico de Neblina, is 3014 meters high and it lies in the border between Brazil and Venezuela. The regions to the east and the south of Brazilian highlands have an altitude of more than 1000 meters. Both in other parts, the altitude is between 500 to 1000 meters. Altitude here means height. The highlands gradually slope towards the north and slopes are not very steep. The tributaries of Amazon flowing through this region make rapids and waterfalls. Towards the north, the slopes are steep but not abrupt. A number of rivers take off from the terminal portion of highlands and flow to northwards to meet the Atlantic Ocean. Some major rivers like Uruguay, Paraguay, and Parana originate from the southern slopes of the highlands and enter Argentina. Its slope towards the east is steep and it appears in the form of an escarpment. In the next page, we have the Great Escarpment. Escarpment here means a long steep slope or cliff separating an area of high ground or plateau from the plain land. Though it occupies a very small area, the nature of its slope and the effect it has on the climate makes it a separate physiographic region. The eastern side of the highlands is demarcated because of the escarpment. In this region, the altitude of the escarpment is 790 meters. In some regions, the height decreases gradually. The escarpment is very steep, particularly from Sao Paulo to Porto Alegre. The escarpment acts as a barrier to the southeast trade winds, giving rise to the rain shadow area in the northeastern part of the highlands. The region to the north of this area is called the drought quadrilateral. Next comes the coast. Brazil has a coastline of about 7,400 km. One may divide that into two parts, namely the northern and the eastern coast. The northern coast extends from Amapá province in the north to Rio de Grande do Norte in the east. This can be called as the North Atlantic coast. From there, the eastern coast extends towards the south. The northern coast is characterized by mouths of many rivers, including the Amazon. Therefore, this region is a low lying region. On this coast lie the Marajo Island, Marajo and São Marcos Bays. Marajo is a large coastal island located between the mouths of rivers Amazon and river Tocantins. The eastern coast receives large number of smaller rivers. The only major river which meets the Atlantic Ocean here is São Francisco. The Brazilian coast is characterized by a large number of beaches and sand dunes. Complexes. The Brazilian coast is protected in some areas by coral reefs and atoll islands. Next is the plains. The plains in Brazil are confined to two areas, namely the Amazon basin in the north and the Paraguay Paraná sources region in the southwest. Amazon plains lying between the two highlands form the largest plain land of Brazil. Amazon plains lying in the northern parts of Brazil generally slope eastwards. The Amazon basin is quite wide in the west, about 1300 kilometers, and it narrows eastwards. Its width is minimum where the Guiana Highlands and the Brazilian Highlands came closer, 240 kilometers. As the river approaches the Atlantic Ocean, the width of the plain increases. There are mostly forested areas and largely inaccessible due to frequent flooding and dense undergrowth. Most of the Amazon plains are covered by the tropical rainforest. The other plains in Brazil are located to the southwestern part of the highlands. They form the source region of Paraguay and Paraná rivers. The source region of Paraguay slopes towards the south, while the source region of Paraná slopes towards the southwest. The Pantanal is one of the largest wetlands in the world. It lies towards the southwest part of the highland areas. It is a region of swamps and marshes in northwestern Mato Grosso do Sul in Brazil, and it extends into Argentina too. Next is the islands. Besides the mainland, some islands are also included in Brazil. They can be classified into coastal islands and marine islands. Most of the coastal islands have formed due to the deposition. Marine islands were a part of the mainland. They are more than 300 kilometers away from the mainland in the Atlantic Ocean. These islands are mostly rocky and they are the top of the submerged mountains. The islands near the coast of the South Atlantic Ocean are coral islands and are therefore called as atolls. And with this, we end this part of physiography of India and Brazil, respectively. In the next part, we will be talking about the drainage system of India and Brazil. Thank you. Have a nice day.